The usage of drones in America is very controversial. Drones are a type of technology that can be used in several ways to make life easier. In recent years, there's been an increase in drone usage and production. Josh Solomon said in an article, thousands of unmanned aircraft systems, commonly known as drones, could be buzzing around in U.S. airspace by 2015. This is due to the fact that they can help with so many things. For example, drones are used to catch drug trafficking at the borders. They're also used in Alaska counting sea lions in certain areas to know if the population of these animals is being depleted. It's also being used to fight the war on terror across seas. What the soldiers are doing is they're controlling these drones from miles and miles away from the action, and they can accomplish missions and keep watch on local militias, and but they're safe. Our American soldiers are safe. They're also used to research weather and environmental patterns high up in the sky. So why wouldn't we use drones if they can help us out that much? Many people don't agree with drone usage. With thousands of remote-controlled drones set to take to the skies over the U.S., some U.S. politicians are raising red flags about privacy and circumventing the law to keep tabs on people. That's a quote from Nick Logan in an article. Yes, it is controversial allowing drones to look down on people, and it could be considered spying, but they do more good than bad. They help during rescue missions after natural disasters, for example. After an earthquake, they can fly over piles of debris and see if there's people in there that need help, and it saves the soldiers and volunteer like the firemen time from going in and digging up everything if the drones can find them a lot quicker and a lot safer for the people that are doing the rescuing. They help the Army because the Army uses drones during combat. U.S. soldiers, over the years, less and less have had to actually go in to battles because they have drones that can do the same thing that they would be doing, except no soldiers have to be in the line of fire. They can be miles away controlling these drones and doing airstrikes and bombings on militia groups, and they're safe. If we can save American soldiers and keep our American soldiers safe, isn't that reason enough to up the production of drones, especially in the military? Laws have been passed to allow drone production. Otherwise, they would not be allowed to be produced if the government did not first allow them to be, because it is very controversial. Many people try to oppose these laws, however, and it makes it hard for the government to get the support financially to continue production. Drones are a lot of money, so it would be coming from taxpayers to make these drones. And the fear is that if the vote goes public on a ballot, that if it wasn't passed, production would have to stop or slow down. And at what point must we stop thinking about the money and think about lives of our own soldiers? If we can save soldiers' lives from using these drones so our soldiers don't have to go into combat, that alone should be enough to persuade people that drones are a good thing. We don't need to use drones for things like Amazon, for like how Amazon wants to use it to deliver packages. We don't need to use them for that if we can just make our primary reason for using these drones to send across seas to help with the war on terror. Drones are used in situations where manned flight is considered too risky or difficult. If these drones can't carry out the mission and we're forcing soldiers and helicopters to do it, that's just risking lives that don't need to be risked. As you can see by this chart, drone usage is increasing over the years. The more the drones fire, the less times our soldiers have to go into combat, which is the most significant issue. If we can keep our soldiers safe, why wouldn't we? Imagine how much better everybody would be if drones were a primary source in war. Less soldiers would come home with PTSD because of they wouldn't have seen as much as they would have had they been in combat themselves in the streets and alleys in Iraq and Afghanistan, shooting and you know there's a serious terror threat in the Middle East, and they don't care if they die. To them, this war is to kill Americans, even if it takes destroying the world. So by using drones, we can accomplish our tasks as the U.S. Army and military to eliminate the terror threat, and they will not be able to accomplish theirs of trying to spread their beliefs. And the way they're spreading their beliefs is very violent, and they don't care who they kill, because to them, if they die a martyr, that's a good thing. But to us, the U.S. Army is trying to spread peace through the Middle East, and that's very difficult when our soldiers are being killed, or even then, if they come home, they're still not, they got the PTSD, they're not doing too good. So drones could really save American lives.